So these are sort of artificial game records when the moves are selected by a human, like me, and the AI does a very deep, a very long, extensive analysis. Okay, so it's how deep? Well, you can think of millions of visits. And what happens is that I act sort of as a meta level of the search, because it could be if you have automated self-play, then while you make a move after a couple of thousand visits, or you make a move after a couple of seconds, regardless whether you have a new emerging move or not. Since I'm watching the process, the analysis, I can see that, okay, so the top move is this at the moment, but the search found something new and it's coming up. So let's just wait, or let's just restart the process. And of course I cannot cheat, so I always have to pick the top move. And the logic goes that since the superhuman Go AIs are very good, so they will, and if they had to self-play, and if the commi is set right, and it will be a draw. And it is indeed a draw. Well, the point is that it's always good to learn from the top masters, right? And now there are just new masters in town, and you can watch these AIs to play. And well, it's fun. That's one of the biggest reason, is that it's just fun to create. It's fun to watch and think about that. Oh, it's like, now I see this situation, so what's gonna happen? It's like, well, why are they fighting in the corner? It's like, what? And it turns out to be a big Seki, so it's like, yeah, okay, now I can understand that. So it's fun to watch, and that's the reason I just record these and just put it on TV, and I can watch it again and again. You can learn from it, and well, hopefully you find it interesting as well. So how come you can learn from this? Well, these are drawn games, artificially drawn games, and that means that they are actually 100% blunder free. There are just no mistakes in it, and that's the idea. So previously in chess and probably in Go as well, we had the concept of this, the romantic genius that you play and suddenly you have a great idea and that turns the game. But after the AIs in chess, and it's happening in Go as well, we see it differently. Now we see it that, it's basically that you play without mistakes. That this is how you win the game. You don't make mistakes, and if your opponent makes even a tiny mistake, you end up winning if you don't make any. Okay, so that's why the sort of the draws are meaningful in this game, because as they achieve still something. It's the maximum performance that is possible against a very good opponent. But the origin of the idea is sort of obvious when you start analyzing your games, and the human games, and you look at, you have the win rate, it's the zigzagging. Okay, that's how we play from the perspective of the superhuman AI. And then you look at this like, what would have been the right variation here? And you see that the win rate graph will just go flat from that point. So it's like, regardless in what position you are, the AI can just make it flat after that, just playing flawlessly. So the question was that, okay, how far can we go with that? Can we go through a whole game? And it turns out that yes, we can.